going to try again. Don't know if it's working. Hi, it's Louis in the UK, near Bristol. I'm in a town called Weston-super-Mare, and we're out walking the dogs on my own. Here's the dogs, Ella and Princess. So we had a bit of a laugh last night, and in case you're new to this channel, I'm 57, my name's Louis. I'm very fortunate. I run a Defending Elvis Presley channel on YouTube. We have a Facebook page called Defending Elvis Presley. Now, I've been running this channel for a couple of years now, making videos and shorts. And about 4 months ago, I accidentally stumbled into making live streams. Not expecting the live streams to be all about defending Elvis Presley. It sort of happened accidentally because the Elvis fans on many of my videos and shorts were telling me off, saying to me that I need to get my facts right. I need to look into the treatment of Elvis from Priscilla, the treatment of Lisa Marie from Priscilla, the treatment of Riley Q from Priscilla. Now, at first, I would just say to people, very respectfully, I'd say, I understand. Let's just be kind. Let's try and forgive Priscilla. Let bygones be bygones. This is how my approach was. I was always friendly. Right, let me just cross the road. You know, no anger, no hate, no bitterness towards Priscilla. We are not a hate channel. I'm not anti-Priscilla. I just want to defend Elvis and get to the truth. So you guys, as fans, Elvis fans, were telling me in thousands of comments, do your research. This happened, that happened. Did you know this? Did you know that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? This is the type of comments I was getting daily, and I wasn't just getting one or two. I was getting thousands. If you look through my comments on my YouTube channel, it literally is, I would say, maybe even tens of thousands. And my videos and shorts, especially the shorts, if you include TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and X, and there was a TikTok, another TikTok that had been deleted by, you know, that was deleted that had like 3 million views. But if you include all my channels, my Elvis mini documentaries and shorts have had 30, 40, 50 million views. It's unbelievable the amount of views the shorts got. Mainly the shorts, the videos as well, but the shorts. They were just mini documentaries. But if you read the comments on those shorts, it doesn't take long to start realizing that there was already a massive movement against Priscilla's wrongdoing to Elvis and Lisa Marie and recently Riley. Now, I did try and ignore it. I tried to bury my head under the sand and I didn't want to argue with all these people. But there were so many comments coming in hard and fast. And I did ignore them for, I would say, longer than 18 months. I would respond to some. Come on, let's be friendly. Let's be nice to Priscilla. Let's forgive her. If you look at my earlier videos, I'm trying to disagree with some of these people and just say to them, look, give her a chance. Let's not be hateful. Let's... You're right.
Thank you very much.
Don't worry. Anyway, so I'm trying to talk to these people. A few of you probably are listening now. Let me just get past all this noise. Anyway, so after a while, it felt a bit silly. So what I was writing on the comments was, I understand, I understand, I understand. God, there's a lot of dogs on this walk. I worry about the dogs because they go for my dogs. Hi, Yvette, you're one of the few on at the moment. How's Yvette? Did you enjoy the disco? Come on. I'm just getting past some dogs. So, yeah, come on, the disco was fun. In case you don't know, guys, we had a disco last night. It was funny. It was funny. What it is, we had quite a serious day. Quite a lot of bickering, arguing. A lot of it was on the 24/7, on the 24/7 chat yesterday. It was a bit too serious, I think. I think we just needed to sort of cheer up a bit. So when I went on last night, I thought I'm going to make it a fun thing. Sometimes I do it using Elvis's movies, but last night I just thought, we'll just play some golden oldies. Talk about the stuff that we loved growing up through the 60s, 70s and 80s. So we just had a bit of fun, but we did end up playing a lot of music. Now, I was a DJ for 26 years, so I played all the music. I didn't just play golden oldies, I played everything. My favorite was the older music. And Yvette didn't like some of our choices. I'm surprised she didn't like Heaven. Come on, Heaven by Bryan Adams. How can you not like that, Yvette? Right, let me just let this woman pass that's got a dog. 1 second, I'm going to stand up on this little hill. Look at the clouds behind me, how beautiful they are. Oh, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Look at the clouds. Beautiful. Anyway, so, actually the clouds today are stunning. Yeah, I could have, you know what, I could have played loads. The funny thing is, YouTube copyrighted me about 11 songs, made me delete them. Now the way it works with YouTube, you just delete one at a time. Every half an hour you delete one, and then eventually they'll let me post the video. So I think at the moment they are letting me post it. So if I was you, I'd jump on there and watch it before all the songs are deleted. And I just found it a nice change, and it just reminded me of being a DJ. I was a party DJ, so I wasn't just stood there with earphones on. I would actually get involved with the crowd, and I'd do party games. I would talk a lot, even sing a little bit, and tell jokes, stuff like that. I really did have a fun time as a DJ, but I grew out of it, and being a DJ didn't suit married life. Yeah, being married with kids and being a DJ didn't mix. So I was really pleased when I stopped it, actually. Haven't missed it at all, but last night, it just sort of reminded me, last night when we were doing our Defending Elvis disco, which I will do again, it just reminded me of my DJ days that I'd given up 11, 12 years ago. I still can do it, yeah, I still can do it. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. I don't think that many are going to join us on this live. Most of you are probably going to watch it later. So good day to everyone around the world that tune in later to watch this with a cup of tea or a coffee. So we are discussing, is Priscilla banned from Gracelands? Do we feel she's not welcome anymore? And I think, even though it's not official and has not been announced, I'm going by actions, yeah? So I'm going by definitely the Oprah and Riley Q book, let me get it right. The Oprah and Riley Q, let me just let the dogs a bit looser. The Oprah and Riley Q interview, I think it's on the October the 8th. It's going to be aired, obviously, around America probably at first. Well, I think because Priscilla isn't being mentioned at all, I think it's pretty obvious that they're distancing themselves from Priscilla, but I could be wrong, because on the day Priscilla may turn up and we could all be proved wrong. We don't even know if the twins, Finley and Harper, will be there, do we? Not really. We know that Priscilla, at the moment, oh, we're definitely doing another one. I know that Priscilla is being, I think, as a fan, you know, in the UK, distanced from everything to do with Graceland's and Elvis Presley Enterprises. It just seems that way. She doesn't seem to be connected to any activities with EPE and Graceland's. A good example is Elvis Week. She was not to be seen, was she? And, you know, the candlelight vigil, things like that. And then you've got the Oprah Winfrey and Riley. I don't think we're going to see her. This is just my opinion. And then the book, the Riley and Lisa Marie book that everybody is anticipating, you know, literally like everyone's holding their breath for that book, aren't they? People are really excited and wondering how the book will do. I think the book's going to be massive. I think it's going to be a real big success. We know that Riley is doing a world tour. A few of you guys are going to London to see her. I know Elaine is. I think she's meeting Nicola. Both massive fans of Elvis, massive Elvis defenders. Proud to have them there. On behalf of us, I would say. Is that okay, Nicola? Both members of our channel, Defending Elvis Presley. I want to go. I actually want to go. I'm surprised that I didn't just book the tickets and just bite the bullet, but I didn't. I regret it, but at the same time, it's not easy for me. I've got 5 kids, and for me to take a day out like that, which would probably mean a night as well, because I'd have to, the way I travel, I like to go the night before, stay in a hotel, spend the day in London, obviously go to the event, the book signing and listening to Riley, mingling with the Elvis Presley fans, which I would love. And then I'd probably come back on the train. So, kick myself a bit because really I should have done it, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll be amazing. It'll be recorded, so we'll be able to watch it. I'm guessing, yeah. I do think the book is going to be a massive success. I do. I think it's going to sell in the millions, because now Amy Collett was talking to me, or talking about this, and you know, Riley Q has been through a lot. The twins have been through a lot. So this is what Amy was saying, and she was basically saying this is really the first proper time that Riley has been able to talk to the public, obviously via Oprah. Now, I think Oprah is going to do a beautiful tribute to Elvis and to Lisa and to Riley and to the twins and to the legacy, you know, and to Graceland's and all of the history, you know, and the effect, the massive effect that Elvis has had on the world, the impact that he's had, that is still happening today as we speak. So I think it's probably going to be quite a beautiful interview. Really well made, a very high standard. I don't think Oprah is going to turn it into a political thing. I know I've seen the posts where Oprah is on the lawn. You know, you can't see Graceland's in the background, but I could be wrong. I'm not from America. I'm not interested in politics. I don't follow politics. Yvette, you're entitled to that opinion. Yvette says Oprah's two-faced. I don't know. I know nothing about Oprah. Vibex has sent me some videos, or conspiracy-style videos about Oprah. Obviously, she's a billionaire. Her effect, you know, the success she's had since starting out is unbelievable. Yeah? And Amy has told me many times I think, didn't they have 3 interviews? Hasn't she interviewed Lisa many times, Priscilla a few times, and also Michael Jackson with Lisa? Is that correct? You tell me, guys. I don't know the amount of interviews there have been with Lisa and Priscilla. I think someone mentioned that there was a 2-part interview with Oprah. The first part was Lisa Marie. The second part, Priscilla joined surprisingly. I never watched the Harry and Meghan interview. I'm not really a Harry and Meghan person. It never really interested me, Harry and Meghan. Now, I'm not against them. I'm not against them. I definitely, let me just let the kids go by. I'm definitely a supporter of the royal family. Hi, Nicola. Yeah, Nicola, I wish I could go. I actually would like to have gone, Nicola, and I would like to have met you and Elaine, because I know how seriously you take it. You know, that you're more than just fans, aren't you? I call you super fans. Nicola, am I allowed to call you a super fan? So I'm going to cross over the road so I don't bother anyone. So I would love to have gone, but you've got to remember this defending Elvis thing. Hi, Jean. This defending Elvis thing is quite new to me, guys. It's like it's been 4 months, and I'm still learning, really. Me too. She was looking so shocked at everything. I'm quite sort of with the defending Elvis thing. This is what I was saying at the beginning of this video. It was you fans that sort of pulled me into that. It was never my intention to be a defending Elvis Presley person. I just got drawn into it. My wife said to me that I need to listen to the fans and understand what they're saying, what their concerns are. My twin brother said it to me as well. Hi, Dave, in Wales. So when I started looking into things, guys, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Like, to the point where I had this burst of motivation, of energy to do lots of research. I spent weeks and weeks digging and learning. And eventually I come out of it, and this is when I start thinking, I really want to do this. This has hit a nerve with me, like really hit a nerve, yeah? So then I had this sort of almost uncontrollable urge to do Defending Elvis Presley, and this is how the name slowly evolved with the Elvis fans, with my subscribers, with the members. We started discussing Defending Elvis topics. Not just Priscilla, but Priscilla was the main thing. We had, obviously, there's other things with the Memphis Mafia, Dr. Nick, and Colonel Tom Parker, and many other things, the girlfriends, and just Elvis's whole life, you know. And, you know, Elvis's chronic conditions, you know, where he was so very sick, and the public just don't realize that he was so sick. And then I started understanding that the general public's perception of Elvis is far from the truth, that he was just so unwell that he needed his medication, but the public call him a drug addict, that he was blamed for the divorce, where it wasn't his fault. The divorce was Priscilla's fault. Elvis was a victim of Priscilla. I don't say that hatefully, guys. I just say it because I've learned the facts. And then I started learning about the divorce settlements, both of them. There's 2. I started learning about the charge, the lien, the deed of trust that was placed on Graceland's because Priscilla, on the second divorce, was demanded an amount of money that Elvis could never have afforded. So she literally nearly drove him to bankruptcy. And also the cruelness of the affair that she had with Mike Stone, just how cruel that was. How it affected so many people, broke up 2 families, took away people's children. Obviously, Elvis had to watch Lisa be taken away from him. Knowing how close Elvis and Lisa were, it broke my heart. So just the more I started digging, and then the issues started coming up, talking about child bride, and the fact there could be an alternate truth to Priscilla's youth, you know, when she was a teenager, that it's possible that everything had been pre-planned on how she would meet Elvis with the help of the parents, with the help of Cary Grant. And the more I dig, whatever you say, I felt sorry for Elvis. I really did feel sorry for him. And I thought, he needs to be defended. And it just kept coming up. He can't defend himself. He can't defend himself. And these thousands of comments I was getting from the Elvis fans, they can't all be wrong. They can't all be wrong. Hi, Deborah. So, could you imagine all of these things I'm learning in a very short space of time? And there you go. We become defending Elvis Presley fans want the truth. I really want the name fans want the truth in our name, because that is what it boils down to, isn't it? The fans are demanding the truth because they know that Elvis can't defend himself. So I really believe that if we don't dig for the truth on behalf of Elvis, on behalf of Lisa Marie, also on behalf of Riley and the twins, and on behalf of Gladys and Vernon, if we don't do that as fans, you know, that there's millions of us, isn't there? I think we failed. If we don't disagree with people like Priscilla, and if we don't disagree with the books, you know, the terrible books. I'm going to get past these people. 1 second. So what I think, guys, sorry, I just got to get past some people. If we don't disagree with all the rubbish and all the lies, all the wrongdoing, all the bad treatment, all the negative talk, all the books, the biographies, the documentaries, the Priscilla film, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla film. I'm just reading it. Okay, someone just mentioned Linda Thompson. If we don't disagree with things that have been said, including by some ex-girlfriends, yeah, we're not going to get to the truth. We have to fall out with some of these people in a respectful way. Now, it's pretty obvious. Priscilla is not gonna like me, yeah? She's gonna watch my videos and think, oh, that's that Louis guy in the UK who tries to talk Turkey. In England, we say talk Turkey. Tries to tell the truth. Tries to disagree with the stuff that is being said. Isn't it? Louis with Team Elvis on his channel defending Elvis. If Priscilla watched us, she'd be like, oh, I'm staying away from them. They're saying the things that I don't want people to know. They're saying the things that I thought were a secret. That really, because don't forget, you'll hear all these things that we're hearing about Priscilla, all the wrongdoing. Yes, you'll hear it on the Elvis channels, you know, on the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. You'll see the comments from the Elvis fans. So if you're an Elvis fan, you're going to see the comments. But what happens if you're not an Elvis fan? This is the bit that bothers me. It's going to be obvious that Priscilla doesn't like me, but I'd love to talk to her and get an apology from Priscilla. I don't hate Priscilla. This is not a Priscilla hate channel. This is a truth channel. Anyone watching this, we are not haters. We want to get to the truth. We want to help Elvis. We want to defend Elvis. And this is my point that I'm trying to say. It isn't just about the Elvis fans that are upset with Priscilla and they're shouting from the rooftops on all of these social media channels, Elvis channels. It isn't just about that. What about the general public? This is the bit that bothers me. The general public around the world, in every country, how many of them think Elvis was an addict, was a paedophile, was massively overweight, was a nasty person, was a rapist, liked young girls, was selfish, caused the divorce from Priscilla, was horrible to Priscilla, broke up the marriage. Everyone blames Elvis for everything. How many people know, I'm on about the general public, how sick and unwell and chronically unwell Elvis was? The type of serious illnesses he had with his colon, the chronic conditions like twisted colon, but many, many other things, guys. Do the public know? No, they don't know. They just, yeah, the chicken soup rumor. They don't know any of it. Generally, the public just think the negative thoughts. Oh yeah, he was a good singer in the olden days. If I spoke to anyone now under the age of 40, they would say to me, yeah, he was a good singer in the olden days. He was fat, druggy, died on the toilet, addicted to drugs, abused his wife, and was serial unfaithfulness. Even accuse him of rape and binging on cheeseburgers, won't they? That's what they'll say. Do they really know just how amazing Elvis was? The good that Elvis did, how kind he was, that he was a religious man with a heart of gold, that put himself last always, that helped everyone that he knew, helped his entire family, his friends, acquaintances, helped perfect strangers. He would help them for no reason, just because he wanted to. Does anyone know how decent this man was in his heart? No. And I'm on about the general public, not the fans know. And the answer will always be, nah, they don't know. And I'm in an awkward position, because I'm proud of defending Elvis Presley. I'm proud of our channel. But I tell you now, if I mention my Elvis channel to anybody, literally anybody, their face changes and they start saying all the horrible negative stuff. I'll go, yeah, I run a YouTube channel. I get tens of millions of views. It's my passion. And you see the look on their face and they're a bit disgusted. Almost like I'm a paedophile. Almost like I agree with Elvis being a drug addict, which he was not. Almost like I think I should know better. Oh yeah, come on, he died from eating cheeseburgers. Come on, he was constantly unfaithful to his wife. And I have to, instead of defending Elvis, it's defending Louis. Because I'm talking to these people, trying to explain to them that a lot of the things that they're being told are wrong, are lies, especially when it comes to the marriage and Lisa Marie and the divorce and the unfaithfulness and the rape, the so-called rape that was in the TV melodrama. I think it was in 1988. And then when I start saying to people, you know, you do know the book Elvis and Me was written 7 years after Elvis died by his ex-wife, who betrayed him, was unfaithful to him, gave him the most atrocious divorce ever, a very cruel divorce, and the way that she demanded a divorce and ran off with the karate instructor nearly killed him, yeah? And the book Elvis and Me was just written by Priscilla, for Priscilla, on behalf of Priscilla, from her point of view, and Elvis had been dead 7 years when the book had been written. Elvis never had one word to say in the book Elvis and Me. And Priscilla is treated as if she was his ex-wife, his widow. No, not ex-wife, sorry. Priscilla, I'll say that again. Priscilla is treated as if she was his wife when he died. And that she was his widow. There's no mention of the unfaithfulness with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, just after Lisa Marie was born. No mention of it, nothing. Okay, it's in the book. That she uses the word Mark. She just has one section in the book that brings it up. Now, when she's being interviewed on TV, and all of these interviewers around the world, very famous interviewers for many decades, going back 40 years, are questioning Priscilla based on what she wrote down. Now, you think about it, guys. She wrote the book Elvis and Me. It was written from her point of view as a victim that made Elvis to be out to be the bad guy. So from her book, the interviewers are picking out her sentences and questioning her about history, historical facts, They're questioning Priscilla around the world. The whole world's watching, but the questions come from her book. Does that seem fair to you guys? Does it seem fair that Priscilla can tell a story, a very detailed story, and sometimes quite shocking things, yeah? And the interviewers, don't forget, the interviewers are doing just as much damage as Priscilla, because they're the ones that are putting this around the world for money, for views. Yeah, let's face it, Sky News and ABC News and all the other massive news corporations, it's headline news, isn't it? Anything to do with Elvis that makes him look bad. Yeah? Any gossip, any horrible, there's been some horrific documentaries recently, hasn't there, about Elvis? It's all about making money, grabbing headlines, getting more views, more people watching their channel. Now, my point is this, guys. She writes a book from her point of view. So she once said in an interview, I'm going to write this book to put things right, to set the record straight. This is what she says, yeah? On TV around the world, many interviews. One of them is the Terry Wogan interview, the British interviewer in the 80s, yeah? Looking stunning, because Priscilla, I've always thought, uses her beauty to her advantage, especially in the 80s. Especially in the 80s. Now, this is my point. So you write a book, you put it out there, it's a bestseller, it's full of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. So then the interviewers act stupid and dumb, follow the wording of the book, pick out the questioning from the storyline that was invented by Priscilla, and they treat Priscilla's storyline as truth. Bonking. Yvette, you use the word bonking. I know why you're doing it. The truth is, and someone asked me this question, why did things go wrong with Priscilla? In 1968, just after the marriage, just after the birth of Lisa Marie, why was she unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, the guy that owned the dance studio? Just after the birth of Lisa Marie, only 10 months after, 10-ish months after the marriage, on May the 1st, 1967. And I tell you now, I'll answer it for Yvette, because she wanted to bonk other men. She wanted to bonk other men, bonking. And then 18 months later, why did she get with Mike Stone? The karate champion, someone that Elvis admired. Elvis said he was a badass. Why? Why did it have to be Mike Stone? And this is all being clearly admitted in Mike Stone's interviews. She made a beeline for him. She chatted him up. She wanted him. She chose Mike Stone. He was her way out. Why? She wanted to bonk him. She fancied him. She fancied the pants off him. So if anyone says to me, why was Priscilla unfaithful to Elvis after 1968? I'm telling you now, guys, she fancied them. She wanted to get naked with them. That's the truth of it. That's the truth of it, guys. Now, I know that sounds a bit abrupt and a bit rude, but it is that basic. Because when you're in your 20s, Mike Stone may have been a bit older, it is about fancying, isn't it? It's about sexual desire. Now, this is the mistake that Priscilla made and that Mike Stone made. They both had kids. Lisa Marie had been born, obviously around 1970. She was how old? Let's work it out, guys. 3 years old, maybe. Then you've got Mike Stone and his wife, Frances Stone, who had a small girl. I think she could have been 4 or 5. She was also pregnant when Priscilla and Mike Stone first had this secret affair. We don't know when it actually happened. To me, it's pretty obvious. Let me just cross the road. To me, it's pretty obvious that Mike Stone was sleeping with Priscilla whilst Frances Stone, his wife, was pregnant. Yeah? Do we agree with that? And maybe it's possible, even after Frances Stone's baby was born. So it's just a mess. And look at how degrading it is. I think it's degrading that Lisa Marie would have to read this in a book. I think it's degrading for Frances Stone, Mike Stone's wife, that she would have to read this in a book. Embarrassing, humiliating, but it happened. So you got two families broken up. Let me just cross the road without getting killed. You've got two families broken up just because two people fancied each other. They fancied the pants off each other. They wanted to get naked together, have a bonk. I know it sounds funny, guys, but it's the truth. Anyway, back to, I'm talking about the book and the film Elvis and Me. Yeah? The truth is, oh, actually, I might have to turn around. The truth is, these interviewers are questioning Priscilla using the book Elvis and Me as a historical book, picking out the questions from the book. Priscilla knows exactly what they're going to ask. Priscilla can just sit there, look pretty, and wait for the questions, because the damage will be done by the interviewer. I repeat, the interviewer is doing more damage than Priscilla, because Priscilla will just sit there. You look at these interviews, you go back and look at them. She will sit there, look pretty, wave her hair around, and wait for the questions to come in like missiles being launched. This is what happens with Priscilla. And she just smiles. Oh, Elvis was great. He was the love of my life. He was so talented. Everyone loved him. All the women loved him. Oh, but he did take too many pills, and he would overeat. Oh, he was a germaphobe. He would turn his cup round and he wouldn't touch knives and forks. She's there trying to make him look odd. And then the interviewer would say, oh, you know, were you only 14? Oh, yes, I was 14. Giving the impression that they were boyfriend and girlfriend, even husband and wife, even living with Elvis at the age of 14, which we know is completely incorrect. She didn't move in with Elvis until she was nearly 18. Giving the impression that they'd had sex at 14. Winning the public over, making people feel that Priscilla was a victim, that Priscilla had been taken advantage of by Elvis at 14, which he definitely did not. Let me just get past these people. Come on. Come on. Anyway, so just getting past the dogs. So my point is this, talking about Priscilla when she was 14. Now, I don't know how many of you guys know Priscilla only knew Elvis for a matter of weeks, 8-10 weeks in Germany. And then Elvis went back to his life in 1960 to record GI Blues and make some albums with RCA Victor and do the Frank Sinatra special. So their friendship was very brief, but how can I say it? From what I've learnt, Priscilla was going to get to Graceland somehow, some way. She wasn't going to give up. She was going to keep trying until she got to Graceland. She wanted the golden goose, the golden prize. This is what you guys are telling me. These are opinions for entertainment purposes. She wanted the golden goose. She was going to get him no matter what. Now, it does seem to me that when she first moved over, when she was nearly 18, that Elvis acted as if he was single, probably thought that he was single and lived a single life. So from 1962 to 66, December, I'm pretty sure that it was probably quite tough for Priscilla because Elvis was so busy. He was off making his movies and he had a full life. He had the Memphis Mafia with him at all times, which he had no choice, to be honest with you. But now, anyone that tells me, sorry, that Priscilla was a prisoner in Graceland, it's such rubbish. Living at Graceland was a dream. Living at Graceland was a dream come true. The life that Priscilla had moved to at the age of 17 was amazing, like being at Disney World. And yes, they very quickly did buy other homes as well, and they were all beautiful homes. Now, Priscilla wasn't just stuck at home, locked in a room. She had a very busy life. You could see all the video footage and pictures that showed Priscilla out and about. She had her own car to go to school in. She had her friends and family visiting, obviously the wives of the Memphis Mafia. She had loads of hobbies. She was a busy girl. So any of you that think that Priscilla was in a prison surrounded by a wall when she was with Elvis, you are wrong. You are very, very wrong. She loved it. Now, did Priscilla have issues with Elvis because he would go off and she didn't really know what he was getting up to with the movie star, you know, the co-stars? Yes, I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. Now, the other thing, we have the rumors of the drug addiction. Now, come on, we know Elvis took sleeping tablets because he suffered from serious sleeping problems. He couldn't sleep, so he needed his sleeping tablets. It was very normal in those days to take tablets. I've just got to get past these people. To take tablets to go to sleep and to let me just get past these people a minute. 1 second, guys. Come on. Come on. God, the dogs are pulling me. Anyway, as I was saying. So, yes, Elvis, you know, in the rock and roll days, the 1950s, the 60s, it's pretty normal to take some tablets to give you a bit of a boost on stage, give you some energy. And if you had been up all night, it would just wake you up a bit. We know that happened. Come on, I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. But Elvis did have serious medical problems. Very serious. You know, we've heard about the book Destined to Die Young. I think some of the things in that book are true. Yeah, you look it up, Destined to Die Young. And there's now more information. We've got Dr. Forrest Tennant's book. I can't remember the name of it. That gives a lot of information about Elvis's medical problems, his medical history, the medical history of his parents and grandparents. So trust me, Elvis was very sick. Now, I think a lot of Elvis had medical problems even as a teenager, even as a child. But I do think many of Elvis's illnesses were kept a secret. Elvis was a very proud man. He didn't really want people to know that he was unwell. And unfortunately, as he got later into his 30s, he did become much more sick. I think at some point, Dr. Nick wanted him to have his own personal nurse. Obviously, Dr. Nick eventually was his own personal doctor. And, you know, it just ran away with him. Elvis thought he turned to his doctor to try and help with his medical problems that were very serious. Very, very serious constipation, even heart problems, lung problems. We know about the twisted colon, megacolon, all that kind of stuff. High blood pressure, high blood sugars, glaucoma. There's just so many other things. And I do think that as Elvis became more and more unwell, that he did rely on the medication, the prescribed medication. People were trying to fix Elvis. Elvis was desperate. He was seriously in pain. He needed his painkillers. He needed his sedatives to relax. He needed his uppers to give him a bit of energy so he could perform on stage. It just was a horrible, slippery slope. Yeah? That's how I see it. So, let's just wait. So, as I'm saying, guys, it just, in the end, you know, the end of Elvis's life, you know, we're talking late 30s, early 40s. Elvis had a lot of reaction to inflammation and puffiness with his face and his stomach. He actually was not fat. if you really understand Elvis and look at his pictures properly, he wasn't actually fat. I know that the footage that you see of him in concert make him look fat, but he wasn't. It was just, let me just get past. It was just, oh my God, there's dogs everywhere. I've got to get away from the dogs. Let me just stand here. 1 second, guys. So it was just a lot of puffiness, a distended tummy, and hello? No rain, come on. So a lot of puffiness. Now his legs and arms had stayed slim, his shoulders were slim, and he was such a proud man, Elvis. He didn't want anyone to think that he was unwell, but he really was unwell. So those last few years are very sad to me, because we know that he suffered. And whilst he was suffering in 1977, we know there was a lot going on with Ginger Alden, with the Memphis Mafia tell-all book, Elvis What Happened. Then you've got this horrific second divorce settlement that Priscilla was not entitled to, that she had reopened the case for a second divorce, even though she had promised not to go for a second divorce. But this time she really hammered him for an absolute fortune that he could not afford. I would say she literally nearly drove him to bankruptcy, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. So the ending isn't good, guys. I think even from the comments I'm getting from you guys, even his relationship with Ginger Alden, and I've got nothing against Ginger Alden, she seems like a lovely lady, gives lovely interviews, she says how upbeat he was, and looking forward to the future, looking forward to the tour, still was having fun, still had a good sense of humour. She says he was a bit overweight, but not that much, just slightly puffy on his face and tummy. But from what I'm getting comments from you guys, I don't think they were happy. I think there was problems in the relationship. They hadn't been together long, I think 8 or 9 months. The age difference wasn't going to work. I think she was 20, he was obviously 42. So even that relationship just didn't seem to be working out. I know that they got engaged and they were planning to, well, she says they were planning to get married at Christmas and have a child. We don't know if that's true, do we, guys? Many of you say it's not. Many of you say that he was never going to get married. And some of you have said to me there's a possibility that he had been seeing Alicia Kerwin. Is that true at the end, as well as Ginger Alden? I don't know if that's true. I'm no expert. I just want to reiterate, guys, I am just a fan at home. That's what I am. I'm a fan at home, really relaying all the different information that I've found out, that people have told me through comments and through interviews. I have read some books. I'm not a big reader, guys, but my point is, I do think 1977 was a tough year for Elvis, and 1976. I would say he was probably more unwell in 76 than 77, but that's just my opinion. So just a general thing, guys, of, let me just get this car past me. Just a general thing of that Elvis has been, no, I'll say it differently. The public, the non-Elvis fans have been misled, have been brainwashed, have been spoon-fed lies. I think the British media, the American media, the media around the world have been lied to as well. Unfortunately, they've been very gullible and they've fallen for the book Elvis and Me. They seem to believe it. Even Sofia Coppola, who made the book based on the book Elvis and Me, Priscilla film that Priscilla backed. So you'd think Sofia Coppola would have known better, but she went ahead and made that film, which flopped, based on a book of lies. I call the book Priscilla, Elvis and Me, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, is a book of lies. And Sofia Coppola, a highly acclaimed filmmaker, makes a film based on a book of lies and treats the book as if it was history. Now, I think she wanted Priscilla on side. I think it was important to her that Priscilla backed that Priscilla film for its success. And I think that was probably one of her biggest mistakes. I think it was her undoing. I think Sofia Coppola relying on Priscilla to support that film to make it a success was a mistake. I also think that Priscilla choosing the storyline of the film Priscilla to be the same storyline as the book Elvis and Me was a big mistake. The public were fed up. The public were bored. They didn't want to see another reenactment of the book Elvis and Me that we'd all seen many times before. They wanted something different, something that told the truth, something that told us something new about Elvis and Priscilla. Maybe a film that was fair, that made Elvis look, how can I say it, that showed the world that Elvis had struggled and suffered and been mistreated. Okay, it would have also had a much more honest portrayal of Priscilla as well. And I think if the Priscilla film, had been much more like that, much more honest and not one-sided, I think she may have had a small chance of success. We know that Elvis Presley Enterprises distanced themselves from that film, and I actually would say that after Priscilla having this massive dispute with Riley after Lisa Marie died, yeah, and we all know about that, and also Priscilla still backing this film even though poor Lisa Marie had died, I think was Priscilla's undoing. And I think the fans just can't forgive Priscilla. I'm on about the proper Elvis fans here. I'm not on about the die-hard Priscilla fans that literally think Priscilla can get away with anything. They're not the fans I'm talking about. I'm talking about Elvis fans. I think they feel that enough is enough. Priscilla has done too many things wrong to Elvis, to Lisa Marie, to Riley Q, even taking money out of the pocket of Finley and Harper. Because let's face it, all of the money, let's face it, all of the money that was given to Priscilla, the $1 million, the monthly spousal payments, no, it was, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. The $1 million, $400,000 legal costs. There was a yearly salary. Obviously, Riley gave permission, if it's possible, to allow Priscilla to be buried in the meditation garden. We know damn well that Priscilla, there's no way she has the right to be buried next to Elvis. She lost that right 1,000 times. The right to be buried next to Elvis is long gone. She messed that up when she was unfaithful twice and then hammered him for a horrific divorce settlement and then spent the next 30 to 40 years ruining, damaging his reputation and image. I don't think Priscilla has saved Elvis's legacy. I think she's done more harm than good. Thankfully, the fans have been there to save Elvis's legacy. Yes, launching Gracelands as a living museum has been a massive success, but I don't put it down to Priscilla. I think the plans to make Elvis's home a living museum had been at hand for years. People have been organising it for a long time. You got the Memphis Council, Memphis City, you had Vernon Presley and Colonel Tom Parker, and then we have Todd Slaughter, who was taking tours around the Memphis home. Todd Slaughter, look him up, Todd Slaughter. Well before Priscilla come along. So when Priscilla says, takes the credit for launching Gracelands as a living museum, I don't agree. I think it was already going to happen. I also think that the reason Priscilla was given such a massive stake by Vernon, you know, the main trustee on behalf of Gracelands, on behalf of Gracelands, was because she had the lien on Gracelands, the deed of trust. Say hello to my daughter.
Hello.
Yasmin, what are we talking about? Elvis. And what is Elvis's? What are my Elvis subscribers and members called?
Elvis fans.
Yeah, but what do we call them?
Team Elvis.
Say hi, Team Elvis.
Hi, Team Elvis.
Yasmin is 7. Do you want to do a little dance? Do a little dance. Make a little love. She's a dancer. Yasmin is a dancer. This is the truth. She's a very good dancer. She's won loads of competitions, haven't you? So.
I don't have my shoes not properly on.
Should we do a dance together? What do you reckon, guys? Oops, we need to keep the camera straight. Go. Come on then. Do a little dance. I don't know the words. I'm going to...
Dance.
Once through party honor. So anyway, guys, I just want to say that we're going to defend Elvis Presley. We're going to do it together. We're going to do it as Team Elvis.
I want Buddy to be in.
Well, we're finishing now. You better go and grab her.
Buddy.
They just want to show you. So, guys, if you've enjoyed my content, buy us a coffee. Click the Buy Me a Coffee button on my YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. Why not become a member? It's only $1 a month. So, I don't think I've got time to do any more today, but this is our 3rd live today. And I've really enjoyed it. And do you know what? The weather's all cleared up. So it's... Who wants to be in this then? Chino has only got his pajamas on. Right, Valentina, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Say hello, America.
Hello, why do you not go to the walk?
I have been for a walk. I've just come back. That's Tino, my 4-year-old. Valentina is their first cousin.